Hey guys, it's Tommy with Studio Sense. You know, some of the best smells come from the holidays, whether it's holiday turkey that's cooking, whether it's holiday cookies, pies, cake, the smell of eggnog, the smell of a Christmas tree. There's so many smells associated with the holidays that are really good. They're evocative of some really good memories. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with today's list. When we return, I'm going to go over 5 fragrances that make you smell like Christmas. That and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm happy to have you guys here on this cold and rainy, wherever you are. It's rainy here in East Tennessee. So I hope you're warm and safe and comfortable and spending the holidays with your family. Speaking of holidays, speaking of family and smells, we're talking about fragrance notes today and kind of fragrance scents that are specific to the holidays. And I was thinking about fragrances that kind of sort of remind you or are reminiscent of Christmas. The very first fragrance we're going to be talking about came out in 2004. It is from the house of Guerlain and it is called L'Instant de Guerlain. With notes like star anise, which is licorice, there's cacao, which is chocolate. Everything has a second name, right? The one that's easy to say and the one that's not so easy to say. There's cedar, there's hibiscus, patchouli, sandalwood, tea. There's a ton of very holiday specific fragrant notes that are in this. Now when you smell this, you don't immediately think of holiday, but when this dries down on your skin, it has a really nice cacao or chocolatey kind of, it's not like a dark, rich chocolate, it's more along the lines of cocoa butter. You've seen those lotions with like shea and cocoa butter in them. It mixes really well with the anise, the creamy sandalwood, and is a very nice, mature, aromatic fougere. And while it's not gourmand, it does have kind of a Christmas cookie overtone to it. I really enjoy L'Instant de Guerlain. Now this is the eau de toilette version. There is an eau de parfum version, which is similar, just darker and a little bit richer. Whichever one you want to go for, they're both supremely enjoyable. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. That's one of the central themes and primary focus of everyone's living room this time of year or wherever you have your Christmas tree. And that rich, woodsy, slightly pine scent is one that is extremely evocative of not only gift giving and receiving, but of family gatherings. This fragrance came out in 2013. It is from the house of Versace. It is Versace Oud Noir. This one does kind of remind me a little bit of a Christmas tree. Versace Oud Noir has kind of a deep, rich woods scent to it, but the profile is very reminiscent of the holidays with the incense. You've got neroli, cardamom, saffron, you've got frankincense, bitter orange, neroli, pepper, leatherwood, and of course oud. Now this has been called a starter oud fragrance simply because oud isn't the primary focus. Now you do get the oud. This actually what the agar wood or oud is what gives it the very woodsy sense about it. It just smells like a condensed wood forest. It doesn't smell like animalic oud or anything of that nature. Not offensive, not challenging. Actually is one of the, in my estimation, as a starter oud or whatever oud you want to call it, this is one of the very wearable type oud, and it's very much evocative of the holidays. Versace Oud Noir. Perhaps the next fragrance we're going to talk about will give you a little bit of an idea of what it is. It came out in 2006. That's actually more Australian than British. I get my accents modeled, but anyway, it is from the house of Burberry, and it is, of course, Burberry London. Burberry London is so Christmassy that it should be an ornament on your Christmas tree, honestly. This fragrance is extremely spicy, it's extremely warm and welcoming. It's almost like it came straight from the holiday kitchen. Bergamot, lavender, black pepper, cinnamon leaf, leather, patchouli. There's port wine in here as well, mimosa. You've got oak, you've got gaiac, opopanax, and tobacco. Everything that was sitting on the bamboo chopping block was just scooted off into the mixer, mixed up and thrown in this bottle, and the end results are really very nice. It ends up being a very warm, rich, non-gourmand fragrance for men. It's very masculine. My favorite trio in Burberry London is the opopanax, the tobacco, and the cinnamon. It's such a grand mix, and that's really like the 1-2 punch or 1-2-3 punch that gives it that holiday essence and holiday feel. And then the combination of the port wine, the mimosa, the leather, I think there's oak bark and gaiac wood. That wood combination makes this extremely woodsy, elegant somehow, yet still slightly sophisticated, but also warm and welcoming, just like the holidays are, just like Christmas is. Just as tasty and welcoming as your mom's mince pie, Burberry London. This next fragrance came out in 2017. It's from the house of Ralph Lauren, and it's just like your favorite sweater that you put on when cold weather comes. It's like your favorite blanket that you want to wrap around you. In fact, this fragrance wraps around you like your favorite cashmere because it is supreme cashmere. Along with cashmere in, it also has frankincense. It's got myrrh. Myrrh and incense go together, of course, really well. You've also got bergamot. You've got an iris note in here that lightens it up just a hair. And before it goes full, deep, dark, and rich, you get a little bit of a warm welcome with bergamot and cardamom in the top. If you were to bake a pie and cookies and throw a Christmas tree on top of it and shove it in the oven, which would taste awful, but that's what this smells like. It's such a good, I mean, who would have thought to put an iris note in amongst myrrh and frankincense with bergamot and cardamom as an open? It's like Ed Sheeran opening for a Guns N' Roses headliner. Cashmere in as a note, and that's what this fragrance is as well, because it's supremely cashmere, of course, like the title, is very warm and intense and rich and dark and also very soft. It's not a punch in your gut. It's not really resinous. There is some incense in here and it's slightly resinous. It adds kind of a resinous overtone. That resinous is marginalized by the softness of the cashmere. And definitely want to wear and have during the holidays Polo Supreme cashmere. And I've talked about it in the past before. It's one of my favorite pungent, gourmand fragrances that seem to last. It is a beast of projection. It is a wonderfully youthful, invigorating, and powerful scent that is also evocative of holiday cookies, holiday cooking, holiday pies, holiday drinks like eggnog. Yes, I'm talking about Mercedes-Benz Club Black. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this fragrance is one of my favorite suppliers of discounted fragrance has recently got a new stock of Mercedes-Benz Club Black. And you can buy it at a reduced cost. It is fragrancebuy.ca. Of course, in the description below, I'll put a link to this. People are buying them and reselling them for 70, 80 bucks. You'll find it for you. Don't want to spend that on it. Right now, I think you can get it for less than 50 bucks at fragrancebuy.ca. Again, I'll put a link in the description. You should check that out. Do yourself a favor. Get Mercedes-Benz Club Black. If you like vanilla at all, it is a wonderfully vanillic fragrance. It opens with bergamot, which is a nice introductory note. It's probably the primary introductory note for men's fragrance. And then it goes into a nice rich heart of jasmine and frankincense. So you get a little bit of edgy floral there into a darker, richer, resinous note of frankincense. And finally, it rests on a base of ambroxan. You've got woods, you've got some sweet and warm benzoin, and then vanilla, the primary player. Lots of vanilla, very, very rich, very dark vanilla in this. Extremely wearable, extremely soft, warm, semi-sweet, but not overbearing sweet. I don't know of anyone that wouldn't want to smell like this, who shouldn't want to smell like this. And as a discontinued fragrance, I would say you better run and get one now because I guarantee you they won't last super long, especially during the holidays. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Guys, that's it for my video today. Just taking a little closer look at 5 fragrances that are evocative of the holidays. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you think there are others that belong in this list that remind you of Christmas, please let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out my video today, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.